Hi everybody and welcome back. So today we're going to be looking at the Druga RTA by Ogvape and Vapes House. Before we go down, let me just give you a little bit of information about this. Now this does come with a straight glass or a bubble glass, and it's a single coil RTA, so it's really easy to build. It is kind of a shorty, and I won't lie to you, it does remind me a lot of the Gear RTA on the size, not the deck, but the size of it really reminds me of the Gear RTA and the way that it vapes in a way. It is for like a semi-restrictive direct lung. It's not restrictive, it's not going to be mouth to lung by any means, but it is semi-restricted. It's not being that it's got these little slits of airflow. It's not massive, but it's not small either. So before I say anything more, let's go ahead and go down and look at the Druga RTA, everything that it comes with. We're going to put a build on it, then we're going to come back up, pros and cons, and we're going to vape on it. So let's go look at the Druga RTA by Ogvape and Vapes House. Okay, so here we are with the Druga RTA. This is the box that it comes in. This is by Ogvape and Vapes House. This shows the package contents, and then of course you've got your scratch off authenticity. When you open it up, inside you're going to get your warranty policy. You're going to get your user manual, which is really small. It's just basically going to give you the basics on it. Tells you how to take it apart. This is all you need. This is basically all you need. You're going to get some O-rings, and you're going to get some extra screws and gaskets, of course. And then you're going to get a bubble glass and then the RTA. Now, with the straight glass like this actually holds 2.4 mils of e-liquid, but with the bubble glass, it holds 3.5. So guess what we're going to be doing? Of course, Wendy and her bubble glasses. Okay, so this does have an 810 drip tip that is the same size as any other 810 drip tip, so you can use your own. And it's got like that recurve kind of feel to it as well, because it's like inward sort of. And then on the bottom, it is a 24 millimeter RTA. It does say by Vape House and Ogvape, and it does have a protruding 510. Now, on the bottom, you do have some airflow. Whatever you do to one side will happen to the other. It's on a stopper. Now, for the top fill, all you need to do is just go ahead and unscrew the top like this. You've got a nice gasket holding it in there, and then two really big fill holes. And then to close it up, it's just basically almost a whole half a turn. To get into the base, you're going to unscrew the bottom. Now, when you first get this, and if you notice when you open it up, sometimes this O-ring will stick to the glass. You just want to take it off and put it back into the base if you want to change out the glass. If you don't want to change out the glass, don't worry about it. But for me, I do want to change it out because I like the bubble glass better. So I'm going to go ahead and change that out. And then this is actually the chamber section that has the Druga symbol. Really like that. It's very nice and clean. Now I want to go ahead and put the bubble glass on. All I got to do is just put it on just like that. Really easy to put that back. Now let's look at the star of the show. The star of the show, of course, is going to be this deck. This is a single coil deck, but you've got airflow coming around everywhere on this. So you've got airflow on the bottom. Then you've also got airflow on the sides as well. Really nice. Very nice. And then your wicking channels are here. You're going to be putting your wicks down the channels, but you're not going to be stuffing it. It looks a lot bigger than it really is. When you first look at it, you're going to be like, wow, where am I going to put my cotton? But yeah, so you do want to go ahead and thin it out a little bit and then put it in here. The best part of this deck is going to be the fact that it has 4 screws, even though it's a single coil. And that is so that if you have your coil wrapped where the legs are going this way and this way, you can use these two. Or if it's wrapped the other way, you can actually use the other two. So I love the fact that they actually cater to either or. That to me is definitely a huge pro. I'm going to put it on my UL Conic mod. And if you haven't seen the video for that, that's by UL. It's actually their kit. And then I'm going to be using my Fuse Claptons as usual. If you go to coilclout.com, you can actually use the coupon code Wendy and you get a discount because you're my friend. But these are like my all-time favorite, especially for a single coil build. I really like these. They usually fit in just about anything, 3 millimeter inner diameter. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and wrap this around a screwdriver, and then I'm just going to turn the legs the wrong way. That's all that you have to do. Because this is going to be turned opposite ways, you're going to have a leg going on one side and a leg going on the other. We're just going to go ahead and just straighten out the leg. That's all we need to do, just like that. It's as simple as that. So let me go ahead and unscrew these. So I've got a leg going this way. Oops, let me get you in camera. So I've got a leg going this way, and as you open it up, it opens up the bottom here. And then I've got a leg going this way, as you can see on this one. Okay, really, really nice to put in the coil. Then all we need to do is take our coil and place it right in there like this. It's gonna just fall basically right inside, just like that. See? It fell inside really, really nice and easy. So now all we need to do is just center that coil and then screw it down. I'll screw this one down. Now they are Phillips head, but you can use a flat head. There we go. There's one there. Oh, there's one there. Okay, got that one in. And then we're going to go ahead and put this one in. Just put this in to keep it straight. There we go. And then go ahead and screw down this one. And take that out. Let's go ahead and straighten that out. And I'm going to push it down just a little bit. So it's down where the airflow is. And now we can clip our leads. You always want to make sure that you don't have any metal touching. So when you clip your leads, you want to clip them really, really close. These are my best coil cutters or leg cutters. And I got these from Coil Cloud as well. So they've got just about everything. And then you're going to cut it really, really close. You see how close that is? Really, really close. You don't want anything sticking out. This is basically just flush. These are like my best cutters I've ever had. And do the same thing with the other side. There we go. Nice and flush. Nothing sticking out. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so now we can start heating up our coil. I would not go bigger than a 3 millimeter. As you can see, it's a pretty tight fit. So you definitely want to keep it 3 millimeter or under. And that's what my coil looks like. Absolutely beautiful. And let's go ahead and start heating this up. As usual, I do have my ceramic tweezers, so I can go ahead and just strum it just a little bit. And then you can pinch it together, get out all the, you see that? That's a hot spot. We don't want that in there. Lightning bolts, no good. There we go. Yeah, beautifully from the inside out. So now I'll just go and get my cotton and we'll wick this up. And for my cotton today, I'm going to be using the Kendo Vape Cotton Gold Edition. So let me go ahead and get a piece of that. Okay, so I'm just going to rip off a piece because trust me, this is a lot smaller than it looks on camera. Okay, so all we need to do now is just take our cotton, put it right through there, pull that out the other side. There we go. Nice and firm. Get our tweezers, and I'm just going to fluff it towards the end a little bit. A little bit to the end. Let's go ahead and cut it. We're going to cut it right to the O-ring. Just set it right on the O-ring. Go ahead and cut that. And then right on the O-ring and cut that. And then all we need to do is just take our cotton and just go ahead and place it right in there. And it fits just perfectly. There we go. We're going to have a little tiny bit peeking out the bottom, but it's not much. Just going to feather that through. There we go. Just a tiny bit. There we go. And then do the other side. And take it and just put it right in there. Go. And not too tight. And we have just a little bit feathering it right on the bottom. Like that. And that's all we need to do. So let me go ahead and get some e-liquid and we'll start wrapping this up. So I'm going to be using my orange creamsicle. Just put a little bit on the coil and then we're going to pulse. Coil, pulse, coil, pulse. Because we want to make sure the cotton is wet. We want to make sure that the cotton is wet inside the coil so that way we don't have any break-in time or any type of ramp-up time because the cotton's going to be perfectly ready. A little bit here. Yeah, my air conditioning is blowing cotton. It looks like the tumbleweeds are coming. There we go. I'm just going to take off my stragglies. There we go. Just make sure that's there. Stragglies right there. And then all we need to do is just put this top cap back on. Zoom out a little bit. There we go. Put that on tight. Now when you're loosening up the top, you don't want to make when you're tightening the top, you don't want to make it too tight because it could all come apart. So you want to be careful. But again, with this bubble glass, this is going to hold 3.5 mils of e-liquid. So just easy to put this on. And go ahead and tighten that down, and that's it. So there we go. We've got the Druga RTA by Ogvape and Vapes House. So let's go ahead and go on top. We'll take a vape and pros and cons. Okay, so here we are back on top with the Druga RTA. Before I do anything else, let's go ahead and have a vape, and then we'll talk more about it. My AC's on, so you can't even see the cloud production right. Let's try it this way. Much better. My air is coming in right there. Okay, so single coil, comes with bubble glass, pro. The flavor on it is amazing, of course, because of the fact that it is a small little shorty and it's a single coil and little airflow, but it's all going to that coil. As you know, as I showed you down below, it's got the side airflow, plus it's got the honeycomb down on the bottom. Well, I consider it honeycomb with the dots on it. So it's got that rounded airflow and you can really feel it, and the flavor is much better because of it. Very easy to build. I love the fact that they have the 4 screw post holes. That means that it doesn't matter which way your coil is wrapped, you can actually go ahead and build on this and you don't have to go through any trouble. That to me is a definite big pro. Very easy to fill, very big fill holes, love that. 2.4 mils of e-liquid capacity with the straight glass, 3.5 with the bubble glass, which you know I love bubble glass anyway, so that was like a no-brainer. The only con that I have to this is gonna be, because I know what this is meant for. It's not meant for those big clouds, which it gives big clouds anyway, but massive airflow, big clouds, like clouds. It's not meant for that. It's meant for those that like a smaller single coil type of an RTA that is not mount to lung, but it's not direct lung. It's sort of in that middle range, and that's what this gives. The only thing is that with the airflow, if you have it tightened enough on your mod to where turning the airflow won't take it off, it's hard. It's hard to do that. It's hard to turn that airflow. When it's on, I'm actually loosening it. I can't even turn. I'm trying. It won't work. So in order for me to change the airflow, I literally have to take it off, change the airflow, put it back down. Now, the second part of this, which I think would actually benefit the airflow issue, is the fact that there's no knurling on the bottom when you're taking off the deck, as well as when you're trying to reduce the airflow. So for me, I would have put a little bit of knurling on there so that you have something to grip to help you turn it, because honestly, it's so slippery, you really can't do it. But I like it all the way open anyways, and it's not a big issue for me because of the fact that I like a lot of airflow. I just want to mention it. But that not having knurling is kind of an issue, especially when you're trying to take off the base as well. But yeah, other than that, I've got flavor. I've got a single coil, which you can take up to a 3mm. 4 post screws, so that it doesn't matter which way your coil's wrapped. You've got 3.5 mils of e-liquid, very similar to the Gear RTA in the sense of like the e-liquid capacity and shorty style. So you can put bubble glass, you can have the straight glass, easy to fill on the top. Yeah, but that's and flavor is really good on this. So yes, that's pretty much it for my review. I'm going to go ahead and leave the colors up here for you. And I want to know your opinion. Are you one of those that likes single coil RTAs like this, that are like little shorties? Or are you one of those lovers like me that like the really big RTAs with a lot of airflow? Let me know down below. I love to read your comments, and I love to talk to you down in the comments below. So yeah, so don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one.